It can be really interesting and exciting when out of nowhere we find ourselves with a fresh pocket of time full of opportunity and potential. Some of us may be really keen to fill it up as quickly as we can with some high density fun, be it playing video games or going out and hang out with someone or any number of other things. And there will be others who just want to take that time to sit back, reflect and relax. It's important to note that neither of these options is better than one another, and there's obviously so much in between these kind of two extremes. But the way that we can get the most out of our time is primarily determined by two things. One, our priorities or our values, and two, the place we are in our lives. Let's start with the priorities/values. What does that even mean? Well, it fundamentally is the kind of person that you are, your self-image, the kinds of things that you enjoy doing, who you believe yourself to be. And as a result, there is a certain set of behaviors and actions that is wrapped up in that self-identity. So, if we see ourselves generally as a pretty sporty person, then we're more likely to do sporty things in our spare time. If we see ourselves as more of a nerdy person, then we're more likely to do nerdy things. Obviously, this isn't super difficult to grasp, and I'm using probably the two most stereotypical examples, but I'm sure you get the point. And next we have the place where we are in our lives. Are we a little bit further along in our career and we have built up a bunch of responsibilities? Do we need to take care of other people? Are we just a solo actor in this game of life? Are we in a family? Do we have children? All of these different things contribute to the context to which we will find ourselves with spare time, not only in duration, but in frequency. Let's say we're a student or at the fledgling stages of our career. We don't have a lot of resources to distribute to any kind of project, and we're really just trying to build up a valuable skill set to then be able to utilize that in some kind of workforce capacity. What this might mean is that it could be a good idea to spend this spare time that we have now to work on ourselves, be it professionally or otherwise. Because when we are chasing our goals, when we are pursuing the things that we're wanting to achieve, the baseline that we must have is that we're doing it sustainably. Because if we're not setting up these sustainable systems, then we're not going to be able to attain or achieve the things that we're setting out to, because we're going to conk out far before we ever reach that level. So taking advantage of little pockets of extra time in this stage of life to work, not only on ourselves, but on projects or research or whatever it may be, can be a really effective strategy of just pushing the needle just a little bit further on what we're able to do and the things that we can say that we've done. Obviously, this isn't a popularity contest. You don't want to get to the stage where you're just trying to get all of these things done just to compare yourself to all these other people, because that's just insecurity-fueled garbage. But if we can use these little moments consistently and see them accumulate over time, then we're going to be able to look back and see how much extra we were able to grow and develop as a result of making that kind of decision in this stage of our lives. Whereas if we find ourselves in a situation where we're either a single mother or father with our own elderly parent that we need to take care of, and then we also have our work responsibilities, and then we also have any other roles or duties that we find ourselves in that we can't easily shake, then it might be a great opportunity to take this spare time to just sit back and finally relax, because we all know that people in those kinds of situations probably having a pretty tough time, because as unfortunate as it is, there are moments and stages in our lives where it may become necessary to help those around us more than we find us helping ourselves. And we can only hope that these periods of time are as short as they can possibly be, because even though we can take these difficult situations as stoic practices of building our resilience to difficult circumstances that we can't control, the candle can only burn down so long, or the wick, should I say, can only burn down so long until it reaches the candle. And as humans, sometimes we've just got to cut ourselves a little bit of slack. So, when we find ourselves needing to decide what we're going to do with a patch of crisp spare time, unfortunately, it is the ever unsatisfying answer of, it depends. And I hope that some of the answers and perspectives that I provided in this video could be helpful for you making your decision on what you're going to be spending your spare time on. Feel free to let me know what you're spending your time on and anything that you would add as a suggestion in this video down in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.